than that
Oh no.
because we lost connection.
No. No!
It's back.
It's back. Oh,
Um,
Technical difficulties.
I don't
mhm.
know where it went out.
but um, so Dana grabs the deck of many things and goes, okay, I know this, I know him. This is either going to be very terrible or very fun. Do you remember that the guy that I signed the contract with back in Nexus, the magic item guy?
Yeah, the dude that did the thing with the leg.
Yes,
No, arm.
this is
One of the
his.
two.
Both.
Both.
But
Yes.
yeah, this is his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about that?
From what I understand about this thing, it could either go horribly, horribly wrong when you pull a card from this deck, or it could achieve your wildest dreams.
So God Magic Roulette.
Yes.
You want to be the guinea pig?
Yes.
Do not tell the others.
And she pulls
Oh,
three
okay.
cards off the top.
Yeah.
And because I already know what these are, because Doku and I decided this like weeks ago, um, she shuffles through them and goes, okay, these two are nice, very, very useful. Don't have any purpose right now. But
If you
because I
don't
know you're
die,
gonna ask, no, I don't die. But I know you're gonna ask. Uh, so from what I understand, this one, and she holds up one of the cards, I don't remember which, lets me forcefully extort the truth from one person of my choosing
at any point, or do you have to do it immediately?
at any point.
Within a year, I
Yeah.
believe.
Within okay.
Oh no.
And this one lets me steal something from someone I have met.
Ooh. Do not steal my stuff.
I won't steal your stuff. I have no want for any of your stuff. Don't worry.
Don't you fucking dare, Rain.
But this one is something else. And she pulls out and she shows the third card.
And is something else like a good?
She pulls out the coin curse, the coin purse, opens it up, flips it upside down, dust falls out. We're broke.
What falls out?
Dust.
Was that all?
All our money's gone.
We're broke.
What?
It's a good thing I'm a queen.
That was Gail's life savings.
No, it wasn't. It was the party's life savings.
Oh, so it's not just all
But
of
you
us.
don't have
It's,
my
it's
money.
I think I kept some money.
No, we have all.
my brother.
We have all. From my knowledge, I have like at least 90% of our money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only have a little bit.
You
Yeah,
were
I
the
have a
one
little
holding the money from the treasure monster.
Yeah.
The treasure chest
Yep.
from the
oh,
guild.
okay.
So Kiddis has a little bit of money, I think. I don't remember how much that
Not
she
much.
ferreted away. Not much.
I thought that was everyone's money goes. That was my.
No,
Yeah,
That's
no,
Cedar-
just the money, whatever money Dana was holding.
I have like
Yeah.
90 gold.
Yeah, I
because,
think.
ACO, not ACO. Acellus gave me money before we left.
Yeah, I had
That-
1,300 gold.
That large 1,500 or 1,300, yeah.
God.
Oh no. Back to
So-
basics, everybody.
So okay,
If only one of us was royalty.
so Kid is just like,
Yeah. If
I don't
only.
want to go through it over stream because that would be too long. But Kid is basically asked you to go through the entire like deck, not pulling,
Mm.
just kind of like what
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. So
But
she'll
try and
just
text it to me worthwhile.
she'll divulge the knowledge she has, which is not everything, but it's some.
And yeah, just message it to me because I don't want to go over stream because that would take forever.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me.
Right. That is you, and I get more stuff. But yay! Where'd Doku go?
Goku?
I'm here.
Okay. You're not on like the live stream, so I
Well,
was
because his camera's off.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Voice from the ether.
from the ether.
From the ether. As it should be for a narrator of a story. Okay, so
I wanted to say something.
you did six, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did 6 for 6 nights for us traveling.
So you got a tin pot that is just the right size for you to wear as a helmet.
Donk.
I was just thinking donk.
A marble sculpture of a tiny elf holding a lute, seated on a chair that plays music every so often at random.
Love it.
A piece of pure white cloth that never gets dirty. A hat that never gets wet. A mask that copies its wearer's facial expressions. And a humanoid skull with an ethereal green orb in its eye sockets.
No.
Love it.
No. Could you message that to me?
Cedar has clearly seen Indiana Jones. No. Skull.
Okay.
Oh,
I have literally Russian and I literally have roulette cards.
I know.
This is not gonna be the worst thing I have. I have roulette cards in a cursed doll.
Oh, Agatha.
So there's something I want to do that might piss Reese off a little bit, but maybe not. So we'll see. So
I swear, if you keep pulling cards out of my
No.
deck,
I won't.
my
I
deck.
won't. It has nothing to do with the
No.
deck. So Dana, does Kittis pulls all these items in front of the party, right?
No, she just kind of pulls it at random throughout the
Well,
the
but
days.
okay, but like, so would these items be pulled in front of the party?
Likely, she's not hiding it. So if you're paying attention to her like the entire time, yeah.
Well, so then when you get to the marble figure, Dana's gonna stop and go, I know that.
Mine.
Do you maybe want to add more context to that, Dana?
Yeah. Guess who lost it?
Mine.
Who? Who lost it?
It's
No. No, it's mine
Oh,
now.
oh.
Fighters keepers.
That's very imperialist of you, Gillis.
I have the bag.
It's mine now.
Could I buy it from you for Dana?
Why did I give up my headpiece?
Okay. No, I was gonna pay for it, obviously.
No, mine now. Mine now.
I'll make a deal with you. Assuming you've been paying attention, if you can tell me the name of the person that statue was modeled after, I'll give it up.
It starts to play music.
Ooh. No, I don't want to give this up. Play music. Why does she get to have the music? She already has musical instruments. She had musical instruments.
Dana would want something like this.
But I want it.
I know, but sometimes. Okay, just think through.
Mine. She's not thinking. It's just she's just like I pulled it out of my bag. Items out of the bag are mine.
She just goes, yeah, fine, 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 and walks off.
And Gail, you hear in the mind link, oh my gosh, that is definitely a statue of her sister.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know what to do here. And this is over the mind link, just between her and Gail. I don't know what to do here.
No, me either. I mean, we can't force Gillis to give it to Dana. Maybe you can. I mean, you're her mum now. That's between you and her.
Oh boy, this is interesting. I'm gonna see if I can try to see if we can see how that empathy's going. How working on that empathy's going.
Oh, guilt trip.
No.
No, that's too toxic. No, don't do that.
Gail.
Sorry,
At that
Dane,
at that
you
point,
guys
she
are rubbing
accidentally
off on me too
took
much.
Over, she's just talking. She's Gale. Like just goes from the mindset to dude. Like, no,
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just exploring our option.
that's not an option.
Okay, I'm
Kids,
glad we had that boundary.
kids. Although I do want to see if you can guess who that is, because I'm curious to see if you can figure it out. There's a little.
It's just like its mind go away. Like a fucking crow or ferret, just.
Think of it like a riddle. Think of it like a riddle.
I like riddles. I like when things are straightforward.
Okay? Why would Dana feel a personal attachment to this sort of thing?
I don't know. Oh.
Sorry, we've got a character that's attached to an object and riddle. Does no one else see the parallel here?
Yes. I see it now.
Kiddo, say my precious.
My precious. Probably not the name, but
But Dana already got some things.
yes.
She gave her things.
Oh? You gave her things?
Uh-huh. She already got my gift. This is mine. And she like walks off.
I don't know what to do about that. And frankly, it isn't too long since I've slept to properly deal with that.
That's okay. You did your best there. Maybe we try again another time. And by
Yeah.
we I mean you, because I don't do well with conflict.
Thanks.
Says the cleric.
I heal things. I don't tear them apart. Well, I do.
I used to literally be a
But-
thief, and I'm telling her to give it back and not steal. You're the most moral member here.
Yeah, and you're experiencing
Oh.
character growth. I'm not going to interrupt that.
Oh, don't even.
So the following night, Kidis kind of goes over to Dana. It's like, I have a deal.
Hmm.
I like to think this is in the middle of the night.
Yes, pretty much,
Yeah.
actually.
Dana, wake up!
I give you a statue if you agree to be guinea pig and give me whatever the cards give me.
Nope.
No deal. Okay. And just like, nope. And that's it.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. Anyway, house.
Yeah, okay, so I guess we're going to Cedar's house now. Doku, do you want to kind of like lead us into that, I guess?
So I kind of set a small scene here in maps already, where you can kind of get a feel of like just areas around. Um, it's really nice and beautiful landscape. The architecture is kind of built up. You have flowing water that just basically goes through buildings and out other sides. There's a lot of showy things in town squares of just like moving pieces of art that are either magically imbued or have some form of like mechanical trick to them that kind of spins them around, and you realize it's kind of an image of the world spinning on its axis at the same speed if you watch it long enough as the actual planet or plane of existence that you're on. And everything is just so well made, so well crafted. And you kind of come across just this giant home, almost seemingly just coming out of the ground. And I'm trying to remember what we had. We didn't have anything too crazy special for your home, did we?
No, nothing too crazy other than like what I said about like her room in particular, but it wasn't really crazy.
Okay. And so you kind of get the realization walking up to this house as it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, that when Cedar said she was royal, she meant it, because this house is gigantic. But just as gigantic as it is, it sits nearly abandoned with just minimal staff at this point. just doing the basic necessities of cleaning. There are no guards really to speak of. The knights that you're traveling with actually take the positions to kind of guard the home and the entrances to some degree, and they don't actually rest. Um, you are greeted with open arms from just a single butler and two maidstaff, and their eyes just light up when they kind of see you, um, and they stay silent because they don't want to speak out of place. But your family also all kind of follows you into this grand um, entrance hall of an area. You actually have running water that's actually streaming and clean and crystal clear through all parts of this house, and it's kind of going up onto the walls and spinning small little mechanical like water wheels that are on the walls, and it's just very eccentric and well lit. And this is kind of the scene that you're in as you walk in, and all of you guys are kind of um, breathless. Uh, and um, every every part of her family um, is now starting to fill the room. Every single family member that is left uh, is greeting you. So to answer your private message, yes, everybody is here.
And that includes the brother that was in jail.
It does.
Oh.
Sakaba! Oh my gosh! And Cedar like runs forward and just like hugs him. Oh, thank goodness! I was.
Easy, easy.
Sorry.
They're broken.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to be so mad if that Caleris didn't do what I freaking told them to and brought you back.
Yeah, they brought me back multiple times, over and over.
What?
Don't worry about it.
No, you can't say something like that and then just tell me not to worry about it.
I'm just glad you made it, and I'm glad that you did it, and I'm glad that you've returned to the family, to their rightful place. And he kind of bows his head and kind of touches his forehead to yours.
Ugh, it's good to see that you're alive. I was so worried. Oh, I want to introduce you to some of my friends.
And I kind of like she kind of grabs his wrist and kind of like leads him over to the other three.
These are my friends. They helped with everything. They're the only reason that I was able to do any of this. So this is Dana. She's she's so cool. She's the starred woman. She, you know, the mom and dad like would scare us with stories about when we were being bad. Yeah, that's her. She's my friend now. She's also currently on trial, but that's a different story. This is Kittis. She's an elf, and I adopted her. This is your niece.
And he's kind of nodding, taking it in.
And this is Gale. This is Gale. He's awesome.
I thanks. Hi.
And oh, he's the reason Pelly's not dead right now. Pelly, how are you feeling?
You just hear her just kind of yell from the distance because she heard her name. I'm fine. And you kind of look in her direction. You actually see her talking to both Calliope and Callista.
Oh my gosh! And then Cedar kind of zips over to the twins.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you too.
And she just hugs them.
Are you okay?
Yeah. You see the unmarried sister in about the same condition as your brother Sakaba, and just kind of very injured and worse for wear. And the married twin, just has a very pale, thousand-yard stare. And you can tell she's in the room, but she doesn't seem like she's fully in the room.
So, I think Callista was the one that was not married. So first, Cedar turns to her. Oh my gosh, you get a ton of rest. And I turn to the servants. Okay, the most comfortable room in the house. The twins get that room.
And you see them nod, and then one of the maids scurries off.
You just stay here as long as you need to, okay? And then she turns to Calliope. You want to talk to them more private? I can't imagine what you went through, but I to a degree, I understand.
Are we awake right now?
Yeah. We're awake. Do you want me to pinch you to make sure?
She kind of softly hugs you.
Oh, Kelly. So you're gonna be okay. You'll be okay.
Just don't ever let me go to sleep again. And she just seems very shook.
Killed him. We killed him. He won't hurt us anymore. He can heal.
I don't believe it.
I used to think that way too.
I still feel them
Feel what?
inside. Both of them just haunt my mind. But I'll be okay now that I'm awake.
I know what that's like, sweetheart. They're dead. And the only place they can hurt you is in here. And she kind of like strokes Callie's head. And that'll go away too.
Roll a quick perception for me.
Give me a minute. I gotta find my skill sheet.
So wait, who rolled it? So, like the nightmare and the.
I suppose.
I'm assuming she means both.
You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
She begins to cry and just kind of crumples into you until her sister and one of the maids come to get her, and they kind of nod and take their leave as they go and rest.
Cedar kind of comes out of the room where she was talking to Callie in private.
And
Wow.
your whole family cheers for you when you get kind of back into the main room.
Wow.
And Sakaba kind of raises his arm and kind of crumps over onto his ribs a little bit, and everyone else is there, and Kelly gives you a curtsy, and everyone just kind of then stares at your dragon companion that's been on your shoulder this whole time.
Oh. Everyone, this is Mother. And she just kind of holds on the pseudo dragon.
So everyone just kind of looks a little confused and concerned, but
Mom's soul is in it. She just goes, Mom's soul's kind of in this thing. We get a soul transfer.
we all have stories to tell over the last few years, child. It's just nice to have you back.
Thanks.
And that was actually someone you didn't necessarily see at the big event, the election, essentially, but it was just one from the lesser families, and you can kind of see him and a lot of his wait staff now coming into the castle with just like shit tons of caskets of like food and alcohol, as like they seem to be preparing for a big party.
Oh gosh. I am now the Laurel. In the back seat of my, she's like, oh dear, another party. Okay. Let's all get some rest, okay? I think we all deserve it at this point, and we have more of the parade, and then the trial, and everything. But Arcellus, Pelly, may I speak with you two in private? Well, in private, along with my party.
And they'll kind of nod. And as you kind of leave the main entry room, um, the Earl, and he's like, "Tonight we feast!" And he cracks one of the caskets of barrels of wine open. And you realize now that this was actually a magic item, and the barrel just begins to empty, and empty, and empty, and empty, and empty. And all of that water that was running through your house is now just flowing wine. And people are dipping their flagons in, their cups, their teacups, and they're just all now just kind of huddled in the same area, and they're starting to drink, and the butler's like, fuck my life. And
Oh.
like, so they have now begun partying in
Get a
celebration of
dip
like the family's
breaker the
return.
wineskin into the wine.
Cedar kind of pulls the butler aside and goes, when they're all finished, let me know, and I'll cast Prestidigitation to get the stain out.
Permission to hire more staff.
Absolutely.
And he'll scurry away. And after he, of course, escorts you to a private room for your party and your sister and brother.
She just fills up her alcohol containers as she like goes past.
It's like all of them.
Well, yeah, pretty much all of them, because like the whiskey one will turn it the wine into whiskey, and then Breaker won't get all mad because it's wine. So,
Okay, I'll sell this. Pelly, I have a huge favor to ask of you two. I can't immediately start my reign. Not yet.
Of course, you gotta kill your friend.
No, not that. No.
You gotta save your friend
Yes.
from her
And
death.
yes. And then there's more that I have to do. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I will come back this time.
So after all that,
I know.
I'm leading anyway. And Pelly
Pelly.
just fucking giggles.
And she's like, well, at least, and then she like spreads her wings. You don't have boy wings. And she kind of rattles her feathers around. Hey, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful, Kiddes. I'm just trying to guilt Pelly. I'm trying to guilt Pelly because she made my wings no more. They freaking rotted off my back. We're good, but I will jokingly bring that up from time to time.
Alcellus actually will kind of nod and go to Dana really quick. Have you finished those blueprints that you promised?
A while ago.
Can I see them so I can give them to the craftsmen of the city?
Of course. And she'll hand over a copy.
He'll kind of take them and just kind of tuck them into his shirt. You will leave your orders with us, right, sister? No more
Of course.
groundings and what you expect us to do in your rule instead?
Of course. I was actually thinking of getting, of having a sending stone between us so that we can keep in touch. 13 years was too long.
It was indeed. It was indeed.
But I would like to leave the kingdom in the two of your hands. Because out of my siblings, I trust you two the most. However, you will also balance each other out.
Giving me a full-time job here, sis.
I mean, you wanted to be back in the scene, didn't you, Alcellus?
Yeah. Reigning in Pelly is going to be more of an occupation than actually ruling, you know.
Why do you think I'm asking you?
I know you took over, but let's just say you owe me one from now on, huh? And he'll kind
All
of pat your
right.
shoulder a little bit.
All right, all right. But yeah, Sika needs time to heal. I I still wish I knew Cernia better. Never really got to know her as well as I would have wanted to. And Acio seems to have his own life, and I'm not going to encroach on that. However, I know you wanted to come back home, so you and Pelly are the best option.
Yes. And we've doesn't feel real, but
Oh,
like our
trust me.
like our brother needs time to heal, I think the nation needs time to heal as well. And
Yes.
there seems to be a lot going on in the world, and I know you said you're leaving to go take care of all that. Just come back to us, because with all your promises, we can uphold them. But if something happened to you, I fear none of us will ever get a chance again to save the Blessed Isle.
I'll come back. And don't worry about me. I'm being taken care of now.
And you'll come back in less than 13 years this time?
I sincerely hope so. That is my intention, yes.
Um, so what he's going to do, um, is he's going to kind of nod and do an old Owlin custom that isn't much done too much anymore, but he's going to take one of his palm feathers, kind of at his wrist, at its base, and he's going to just pluck the whole feather and root of the feather out, so his wrist bleeds a little bit, and he's offering it almost like a handshake to you, and kind of expecting you to do the same, to make like a blood deal that you'll come home.
She does the same, but because she has that habit of like pulling at her feathers when she's nervous, she's got to kind of look around for one. Like, oh crap! Oh, there's one. And ah, okay. And she shakes his hand. Don't do that blood thing to too many people, though. That is unsanitary, Ocelus. And your health already sucked when we were kids.
Well, I've grown a lot stronger, and as of you. And as his blood actually, you'd think they would just rub, but it actually almost seems to magically connect to you, and you can actually feel some of his essence within you, and you can actually feel some of your essence like leaving to him. And he'll kind of lean down and be like, "So we'll be together forever from now on, us and always." And he'll kind of bow to you.
Cedar bows right back.
You just hear Pelly in the background. Ew!
Oh, come on.
I want you to know I'm gonna paint a lot. These colors are so drab.
Yeah. Honestly, make this place beautiful, okay, hon?
Can I have a pink room?
Make a pink room for Kittis, please. She probably. I want to make sure that my home is always open to my party. They're just as much part of this family now.
She lets out an audible sigh.
You're stuck with me now.
Cedar crosses
guess.
over and gives Pelly a look. Like, girl.
She'll kind of go up to Kittis and be like, "Bygones," and she'll reach out to shake your hand.
Which hand?
The right one.
She'll shake with the right hand.
She does shake, but her hand's still cold as a corpse.
Oh, of course, yeah.
She kind of like, what's the name of it when you kind of throw up in your mouth a little bit, but like swallow it back down?
Oh, yeah.
I know
like,
what it is.
regurgitation or something. I don't know. She
It's a wet
reverberates.
That's not the word.
That's not the word, but
That's not it at all, but we'll accept that.
Yep, it's a something,
It's also incorrect.
and it goes into her mouth. And then
That wouldn't have happened.
She'll then unshake your hand and just wipe her hand on like your chest. Just like front and back to kind of wipe off whatever was just on there.
Ellie,
Um,
manners.
It's not my fault. Besides, this is part of the reason why she's alive.
What? What are you talking about? What are you? Did something happen? What are you doing? What are you doing? Holy mollies! That's cold. Why is it cold?
Well,
Gale will
apparently
step
deities
back.
apparently deities like taking things.
Gail, Dana, come here,
No.
please.
No,
Come
no,
here.
no, 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 no.
Come here, please.
I'm in the room. I've seen the. No, I don't want the cold touch. No.
It doesn't hurt. See?
No, she goes over.
Ugh. What in all? What was that? What? No,
Why?
no, no, no,
What
no, no.
deity? Because from what I remember, the hag took your spine. Why is that cold?
Oh, you know the reason why the fight was a lot easier.
Easier.
Easier. He didn't have
Explain.
his friend.
I nearly died.
He didn't have his friend.
Wait, she
so-
was gone. She wasn't there. Why wasn't she there, kiddos? Why do I feel like you're going to say something terrifying?
You know how people mentioned that I'm a living nightmare?
Yes.
Every day, yeah.
I don't get to make more.
Why? Say it out loud.
I'm really confused.
I took Silvico's place. Ta-da! I didn't want to tell you immediately
Oh.
because, especially in front of your family, although those two seem okay.
Oh.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I can see her go into a room, shut the door, and you hear, "Oh my gosh, no! What the hell? Oh my gosh, no! No! No!" And she comes out of the room again, just completely calm.
I
Get
think you
a
did what?
any system?
Kidis
get
is
that
now
all
just
out?
kind of like holding Philo and just being like, "What? Philo already slapped me for it. Don't worry."
I mean, that did help us in the fight, but that's. Are you okay? You're not hurt apart from the really cold hand?
No, I got my health points back. I got my life force back.
That's good. But
Oh,
what does this mean for
yeah.
you?
Oh, it means that I am now in a contract where I have to make nightmares.
That should be relatively easy for you to fill out, but let's try not to keep doing this sort of thing, because this is. I've never met a person where it's a habit to do something like this.
It was either that or give up Philo, and I wasn't gonna do that.
Well, that is a good choice. But also, let's try this thing called self-preservation every once in a while.
It was self-preservation. It was either that or the nightmare lady was in the fight, and that would have been a way harder time.
True.
She does raise a good point.
Thank you. But also, just be careful. Stop giving your soul to things.
Pelly and
She's
Estelle are
just
just
letting
standing
Philo.
there staring.
What?
Sorry, we're just having a party domestic. It's fine.
So so Kidis is the agent of the nightmare deity.
Seems that way.
It appears to be that way. Yeah.
And then Pelly just kind of goes, I'm getting a drink and going to bed, bye.
Good night, Kelly.
Good
Sleep
night.
well.
Ocellus just kind of nods his head and is like, I know you're headed to the capital, but please leave what instructions you can for us, and we'll get started when we can.
Of course. Thank you, Ocelus. All right.
But I figured I should let you know, especially since after the whole thing with Pelly, I figured that would be a good time to explain. I didn't really know how to tell you guys.
Thank you
When
for
to tell you
telling
guys.
us.
I mean, there's no putting that in the greeting card. So thank you for just coming out and just saying it.
You're welcome. I didn't want to tell you beforehand because we were kind of busy.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good
That was very smart of you.
Thank you.
And good job, but just be careful, okay? We don't want you getting hurt either.
No promises. I'm already kind of damned anyway.
Okay.
Well, that's cursed.
The sheer range of people we have in this group.
Come on, Bilo, let's go party.
And Pilo kind of lets out like a arms out like cheer, like "wee" as you exit the room, because he knows he's probably about to eat really well tonight.
And so as Dana or Ocelus leave the room, whichever leaves first, Dana looks at Ocelus and goes, "I get 20%."
And he kind of looks at you confused, and then smiles and places a hand on your shoulder. 20% of something we're giving out for free is 20% of nothing.
It costs money
deal.
to make those, so
Well, I will be happy to let you know that these will be sponsored by the state. So
never been paid by the government before. It's gonna be a new one.
We will catch you in on a commission, but there will be no sales to be had.
Perfect.
There are a lot of people to save, so we will owe you a debt, we'll say. That,
Again,
we'll
also a
settle
new
when we
one.
have. I hear tell though we might not have to pay it depending on how this next week goes for you. So, from my wallet, I hope you don't make it, but for my sister's sake, I hope you do.
She outwardly starts laughing, goes, "I'll make it," and then for that comment, you owe me double. And but she's saying this with like a smile on her face, so he knows she's kidding.
Oh yeah, and he's playing along. He's like, yeah, not a chance. So.
I think when she gets out, she's like, do you guys want a tour of the house? I can show you around.
Yeah, I'd love a tour.
I'm pretty sure I still remember everything.
When you were
Dennis
much
is already
smaller
kind of
at that
partying,
point.
so.
Dana, you coming?
Dana's just swimming in a river of wine.
Oh my god, she's in the river.
She'll be okay.
Yeah, she'll be okay. It's just, why did she get in the river? That's gonna stain her clothes. Sorry.
So
It's
you guys
purple.
you guys were talking for a few minutes, and that wine casket is still pouring wine into the stream in the house. So now all of the fountains in all of the rooms are just spurting red and plum wine, and the house is just smelling of just fermented alcohol, but it smells so sweet, almost like hibiscus flowers that are now the aroma of the household.
Make sure to hydrate, people. A full day of everyone's having a hangover.
You're like, we are. It's water. It's mixed with
No.
water.
That's not scientifically.
You know, there's this guy, and he did this thing. I swear this was water.
At one point. At one point.
Oh no.
It seems almost like a miracle.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kidis is at this point as having a ball. Basically, he just dancing with everyone.
And just before y'all do what y'all are gonna do, Dana will, probably prior to getting in the river of wine, go up to one of the maids or butlers or whoever and goes, "However you got that barrel enchanted, I want mine done the same way. But with my wine, the good shit."
Given that it was the Earl's, you're probably going to have to talk to him, and he'll point him out. And at the moment that he is pointed out, he's actually like cowboy riding the barrel like one of those mechanical bulls as it's
God.
spilling
No.
more and more wine outward, and he's already wasted.
Love it.
He's like, "We're fucking back, baby!" And that's just, and everyone cheers.
Oh my gosh.
And so, just for the sake of brevity, Dana's gonna go talk to him and attempt to get him to persuade him to do the same thing to her barrel.
Uh, so we'll. All right. What are you doing, criminal?
I am trying to get shit-faced, and I want you to do what you did to that barrel to my barrel.
And this barrel took me 13. I don't know. It was 1,300 gold in 6 months, or 16 gold in 13 months. It's
Congra-
alcohol.
Congratulations, you're gonna do it for 16 gold again, and it'll take a day.
I don't think that works. Honey? And you see a very sober woman, a very handsome woman, walk up, like almost like she's gliding over and stepping over this fountain of alcohol. Yes, dear. Can you make a parting gift for this person? And what might that be? She needs a barrel like this one. And she sighs.
I can help. I'm quite magically inclined. Just show me what to do, and I can do it.
Just give us a starter, and I'll tell you what. Since you helped all of this happen, come back alive one day, and I'll have one made for you. Just give me a sample of what you want from it.
Dana will hand over a glass of her wine. And then a second and goes, the first one is for you. Enjoy it. It's very good. Second is the sample.
And she'll take both like so delicately, but also like with a ferocity. Just you can feel her presence. It's almost sobering. And she'll actually kind of do a quick hand wave, and the first glass disappears. And she'll kind of decanter the second one and like spin it around a little bit and sniff it. And she'll smile, but she won't drink.
We'll try it sometime. It's good. It's good. Made it myself.
I bet it is, and so it shall be. And she'll take her leave. Um, but you see her kind of smirk and go to Acellus. I'll be taking part of that cut. um, like, so she's basically insinuating she's gonna take a cut out of what you're gonna get paid for the wing.
That's fine. I get infinite
Uh.
booze. I'm okay with that.
It's so this is an actual item, just so you guys know.
It's the
So
alchemy jug.
Sort of, yeah. It's I named it after the Sea of Thieves item, the Barrel of 1,000 Grogs.
Oh, I know the one.
So, not only does it produce a near limitless amount of alcohol, but you get drunk just by being in contact with it.
Oh my
Love it.
gosh.
Keep it away from Gale.
So yes, so you will have one that will be promised to your name one day. Fair?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. I will make a note of that really quick. And Cedar, feel free to show them around.
So yeah, she's kind of like giving the tour, like pointing out the different rooms. As you're walking through the halls, it is very opulent. And there's like all these like portraits and photos and all that. But eventually you get to a room. She's like, "Oh yeah, this was my room as a kid." And she's like, "I wonder if it still looks the same." And she opens the door, and you see this like child's room, also extremely opulent, and there's like these very like expensive looking toys, but those aren't exactly like, those are kind of like more in like one corner, and they don't look like they were used too much. But there is this little dollhouse, and I want to see roll. Wait, who's on the tour?
Pretty sure it's just Gale.
Just Gale.
Okay, roll insight.
Everyone else
Oh,
is partying.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, insight. Let me see. Insight. Now I roll good. 22.
I mean, hey. So there's this one little dollhouse with all these little dolls inside, but they do not fit with the rest of the decor or the toys because they look very cobbled together and almost handmade. And if you look closer, you actually recognize some of the characters that these dolls look like. They are all characters from the books that she gave you all at Chris Yulmus. They're just these tiny little
Love it.
ragdoll-esque looking versions of the characters from her favorite book. And those actually look like they were played with.
Okay, these I definitely recognize.
Oh gosh! Oh, I almost forgot about these. Oh wow. That's
Did you make these yourself?
and you see she's a little bit embarrassed. Maybe I did.
Hey, they're really good.
I would grab little scraps that the seamstresses weren't using on like Cernia's dresses and stuff. And then she like points to one that used to be one of my mother's like feather ornaments, turned into the little pistol he carries.
Whoa.
That was just a piece of wire I found. I found random sticks and leaves and stuff. Oh, and there goes her cape. That one was just a leaf. No, yeah, that makes sense that it's crumbling actively right now. But yeah, I made these. I would get really bored and didn't really have a lot of friends, so I'd either read or I played with these.
There's
Yeah, this-
worse things to do.
Ah,
I mean, honestly,
suppose-
these are amazing.
oh gosh.
Why? What is it?
It's embarrassing, but
How? How's it embarrassing?
that one's eye is falling off.
Yeah, but
Aw,
gotta think,
you're
how,
not
when
just
was the
me.
last time you saw? Oh wow. Oh gosh.
Oh, come on. That joke was bound to happen eventually.
It was. Yeah.
Hmm.
And he's gonna pick
And
up
she
the little
kind of-
sort of one with the little gun. He goes, "Hey, this guy's got a funky arm."
Yes, the arm got torn off in the story, and yeah, it actually got torn off in real life, but completely on accident. So I just replaced it.
I wonder
Oh,
what that's like.
You can see the tiny little stitch mark still.
Oh, you mean on the toy?
On the
Oh,
toy.
I think you can still see some of Kidus's needlework, right?
Oh, wait a second. No, that's
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
I want to show you something. And then she kind of like takes him to this like balcony thing, and she's kind of like leaning on the banister. This is the balcony I jumped off when I left. This is where it all
Huh.
started. Well,
Test.
Yo.
what?
Sorry, thank you.
Discord was messing up again.
Uh,
So he was like, keep role playing for a little bit.
Okay.
See, you jumped off here, and this is where you left everything.
I filled a little knapsack with a couple items, 1 or 2 changes of clothes. I did steal some jewelry though, because I knew I'd have to make some money somehow, and so I would pawn it off. Yeah, I remember. This is actually where I learned to fly. Of course, I conceptually knew how to fly, but hadn't really done it yet.
It's a leap of faith.
Yeah. And my wings caught me. And next thing I knew, I was gone. It feels weird being back.
I bet.
Not wholly bad, though.
From what you've told me, there's some good memories in this place. I imagine
Definitely.
Strix is in quite a few of them.
He is. I was thinking about visiting his grave tonight. Could you come with me?
Of course.
Thank you, Gail. I don't know how I would have done any of this without you. I think you're the only thing that kept me sane.
I don't know. You say all this stuff, but you don't give yourself enough credit.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Come on. You're incredibly brave. How old were you when you jumped out of here? You left your family?
And
You were still a child.
I mean, I was
You just went on
running
your own.
out of fear, so I don't know if that counts as brave. Does it?
It takes a lot to run away from a bad situation. I know I'm sugarcoating a little by saying bad, but sometimes it's easier to just stick with things and let it happen.
Yeah.
I did all that as a child.
Yeah.
That's some of the bravest stuff I've ever seen. Heard of, anyway.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
To mention, you're so strong as well. Oh,
I don't know about that. I mean, I joked about being physically stronger than you, but that was just in jest.
and also kind of true.
A little, but it's not by much.
I don't think I ever told you this, but you know when we saw Silverco, it was just us two. We were in that room.
Yeah.
When he, when it was just us two, I may have punched him.
What?
The whole thing's kind of a blur, but I punched him.
Oh, I wish I'd been awake to see that. Ah. Thank you.
He was a dick.
Yeah. I
I know we
feel
shouldn't speak
so
ill of
bad
dead,
for
but
Calliope. We can speak ill of him all you want. I don't care.
I'm just glad she's okay.
Me too. It's gonna be a long road for her to heal, but I know she can. Because I've healed a bit. And it really is thanks to you and the others. But
I'm just happy to have played some.
I appreciate you all.
I'm just happy to have played a small part of your story. That's all.
I think I'm ready to go visit his grave. And kind of like as they're going, like they're walking through the gardens, and as Cedar's going, like she's kind of just mindlessly like picking certain flowers. Like it's very deliberate, but like she's kind of just like you can tell she's thinking through stuff. And Doku, I sent you the picture of the bouquet. Doku?
Yep, I'm getting it now.
Ah, okay. I just didn't know if you heard me or not.
Nope, it's not you. I hear you. There's 14-year-old laptop.
Ah.
It should be up.
Yeah, this is the
Yes.
bouquet she kind of makes.
Oh.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And she kind of walks, and it's getting kind of dark now, so it's kind of hard to see where you're going, but she seems to know exactly which way to go. And you approach we approach this kind of marble like statue, kind of memorial, and there is an exact statue replica of Strix. You know, I never came here. But I'm ready now. And she kind of walks up and kind of gets down on her knees in front of the grave, and puts the bouquet down. Hey, Strix. I did it. And they're all safe. And I'm okay too, just like you want me. We all miss you a lot. And I'm sorry that I didn't come here sooner. I thought that I had to hold on to all the pain in order to hold on to you and keep you with me. But I realize I don't have to do that anymore. And that you're always gonna be with me. And I don't really know what's going on with you right now, with the Raven Queen. I hope it's a good job. But I hope you can hear me, and I hope you know that I love you, and I'm being taken care of now. I have friends now. The family's back together, and I'm safe. Thank you for giving me the chance to live in real love. I don't have the other two here, but you know about them already. I've kind of talked about them with you before. I've talked about all of them, but I wanted you to meet someone. This is Gale. He's my friend.
Hello, Strix. I've heard some things about you. Your sister always is how I want to find you. It's a shame I never got to meet you. You sound like a wonderful. Not sure what else to say. I've only ever done this with one person.
Okay. You didn't even need to say anything, but I appreciate that. But yeah, Strix, I wanted you to meet the person who helped me remember how to live again. I'll still be talking to you, obviously. But I think I'm ready to heal now. Thank you. And she kind of gets up. It was really good.
It's a really strange thing. You know, when I thought my mother was dead, I used to do this sort of thing all the time. The thing is, he's not really gone, see that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard it, but there's an old saying that people we love die twice. The first is when they leave this world, and the second time is when they're no longer mentioned.
I'm gonna
We
make
keep
sure
talking
he's
about
gone.
him. Yeah. Keep him here. Here. And he'll live far longer than he ever did.
better than I have in years ago. Thank you. Let's go back to the house.
Yeah, it's getting pretty dark.
Yeah. Right, and you don't have dark vision. Unless you put on your goggles.
Oh yeah.
And she kind of jokingly just kind of like, wow.
Hey.
Well, now you can see in the dark.
Yeah, but now you're gonna make me cry properly because that really hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Whoops. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Yeah. No, I got
Yeah.
dust in my eyes from the
Hang on.
makeup.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this on for a little while.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You look like you're about to go swimming.
I also look like a huge nerd.
Yeah. Wouldn't know what that's like.
Of course not. Of course not.
Of course not.
There's far worse things to be.
I wonder what's next. I mean, I haven't heard anything from Yellow, but I think I did what she wanted. I mean, we got Aquafania out, so.
Yeah, and she feels at peace, which is good.
Good.
I know one thing, I haven't had any migraines or wars in my head ever since we freed her.
Oh, glad.
It was like a... Honestly, when her and... Well, you know... When they were having shouting matches in my head, it felt like I had an entire army marching through my cerebrum. It was awful.
That sounds awful.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you want, I can try to see if we can get a look at your mother again. I mean, I know she's not dead now, so that might help Argos narrow it down a little.
That's true. And we got to see her, so it gives us a physical form.
And he's kept so much more quiet since I yelled at him, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely a bit relaxing. Not hearing him whisper in my head.
I can only imagine. How about we get some rest first? Because we've been at it for over 24 hours now.
Ugh, tell me about it.
Yeah, this is the longest I've been awake.
I'm exhausted. I mean, I have pulled all-nighters before, once by accident. But yeah, this time was by accident too.
So you guys have done it a lot more than once, for the record.
Oh.
Omnipotent voice speaking here. You guys have done it a lot.
Considering you created an entire island just to spite us, that chaos exhaustion point.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That was such a actually moment right there.
But yeah, I'm thinking that they kind of go back into like the party, and Cedar is watching and enjoying, but very much tired, and so she's just kind of sitting, and, her friends are joining her every once in a while, but she does actually fall asleep. Yeah, she actually falls asleep while watching, and if he is sitting with her, she did fall asleep on Gail's shoulder.
Oh.
Gail's just gonna let her fall asleep and just not move her.
Rain, do you want to roll to see if Kid has ever found out actually why Dana would want the statue? What would I roll for it?
Insight, maybe?
Alright, insight. Let's see if we can 14.
I mean, that's a decent roll. Dana, what?
Thank you. Sorry. I mean, it's a decent roll, but I'd probably say it's just too low.
Alright. So, Kid has spent some time staring at a statue and wondering why it would be important to Dana, but can't quite
Figure it out.
put the finger on it. So she
It's
puts it
really
back into her bag and potentially goes back to the festivities. Do I have party music? Hold on.
And you guys need to not speak in riddles. Like, you guys are like,
They're
trying.
trying.
Like, no.
Yeah. Pretty soon we'll just be like, that's her sister.
Oh no, but Dana asked for a name.
Hmm.
Kids definitely does not know your sister.
I know. That was kind of the whole point.
Yeah. She's not doing it for the win to win the bet. She's doing it to try because she's like, Cedar's like, why would Dana want it? And she's like, why would I know why Dana wants anything? Dana's as a murder hobo.
How should I know the reasonings of the party psychopath?
So, the night concludes with everyone drinking, being merry, having fun, doing stupid stuff, breaking priceless marble statues of Owlin that are scattered around the house, and eventually the endless well of wine dries up, and everyone's kind of a weird, nasty sort of hangover, but you are woken in the morning early by the Knight's Guard, who is more or less collecting you to parade you around to until you reach the capital.
Nice.
We reached the capital.
What? the night, wait, what? Huh? I fall asleep. Ah!
Oh.
They'll wake up. I think it's time for more parade.
Hey.
So you spend the next few days traveling and again being shown off to your kingdom until you reach the fateful day. You know the day of trials is tomorrow, and it's completely on a different continent, and everybody kind of seems to have a plan for you to get there. So you're assuming at one moment you'll probably be told. And that moment comes. The moment you touch down in the capital, a very portly, Weasley-looking Owlin kind of runs up to you with a clipboard and... Finally, the parade is done. You're going to be late. You're going to be late. You need to be in Gem by tomorrow. Are you ready to go?
Sure.
And it's
Sure, it's in Gem though.
sure it has to be. And what's in? Yes, Gem. Gem is where the trial of is happening.
Okay,
You
okay.
literally argued for your friend's freedom.
Yes,
And this
yes.
is
Okay, yeah, forget I said anything.
this is the first thing you're doing as a royal. You have to honor your word. Are you not honoring your word?
Yelling at me.
Are you not
Don't
honoring
yell
your
at me,
word?
I'm
Ah,
yelling at me. I'm queen.
stop stressing people out. You have to honor your word, or you lose the faith of the people. You lose the faith of the people, you'll be beheaded, most likely.
Stressing me out.
Oh, you know what? This is a very stressful situation. You've been on a parade for
Hey,
over
hey,
a week.
hey. Why don't we just take a deep breath? She's here. She's gonna honor her word.
Look, tiny pretty wings, you... I don't even know why you're talking.
Hey.
I'm your... I'm your counsel. I'm your retainer. I apologize for stressing you out, but you need to go. Are you ready?
Okay, I'll go. Apologize to my friend for being rude to him first.
I apologize for you being rude. Let's go.
I'll have to do it for now.
And he will kind of like usher you to the center of a very grand and beautiful chamber.
Okay.
At the very center of this chamber, there definitely seems to be a fountain, and it is almost identical to the throne room that you saw on top of the mountain. It seems like it was probably done by intention. And so you are kind of escorted into this throne room, and you actually see your throne in this area in the Imperial City for the first time. But in the very center, there just seems to be a fountain full of water. And
Oh. I think I understand that.
it's like, okay. Enter, speak where you wish to go.
Gem.
Poof, Cedar's gone.
Whoa.
Right, like in front of your eyes. She's surrounded in water. The water actually shoots up and wraps around, And just as quick as it wraps around and fulfills and basically wraps her body in the watery cocoon, the water collapses and goes back into the fountain, and she's gone. And he's ushering basically the next person to go.
Gem.
And then Dana disappears.
My turn, Jen.
And you disappear as well. And then does the last one go?
Gem.
And poof, you are gone.
Ah!
And the not that you guys can see him just yet, but the portly Owlin is about as tall as one of our players, kind of follows suit. And
You know, rain.
Yeah.
Rain. Yeah, totally Rain.
Uh-huh.
And gets swallowed up by the water. And just as soon as you saw the beautiful throne that is yours, it is now with outside your grasp because you have to go get your friend through the trial of combat. So you teleport instantly, so far as you can tell, to the outside of Gem. And you are accompanied by the Owlin, and he's kind of leading you, or taking lead, really. And I'm trying to get my map to load because I had one for Gem. And
You first.
I'm still getting my maps to work. So go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So as he's leading them into town, Cedar taps Kittis and Gale on the shoulders and goes, "Do not accept any food from strangers here."
Why?
Because I did, and that's how I now have a phobia of cages.
So, what if the soup rabbit shows up?
The soup rabbit is not a stranger.
We barely know the soup rabbit.
Yes, but we know the soup rabbit. Just don't ask me first. How's that?
But what if you're not around?
Then ask Dana. Because Dana has street smarts.
But Dana's going to go die.
Dana's not going to die. Dana, back me up here. Tell them not to take food from strangers. It's how you end up in a cage.
Or how you have fun.
And I've seen you take food from people who I've literally said are bad people.
There was no indication that there's something wrong with the
He
toast.
sprinkled white powder on it. That could have been cocaine.
It could have been sugar.
Why would he have given you sugar?
Sugar on toast sounds amazing.
Why wouldn't you
Jailing
give
it.
sugar?
Gail, that
So-
goes for you too, because you are very nice and you would trust somebody too.
Oh, Dana, by the
You're not
way,
even ending up in a cage.
Mhm.
if you survive, tell me who the statue is.
Maybe.
So you are ushered to an arena, which is kind of strange because you're like, wait, isn't this tomorrow? And you realize the travel was not necessarily instantaneous.
That's
why
he's just.
He's not exactly talking very much, but he's just every time you stop to look, he's kind of pushing you along. But he's also kind of educating you guys on the history of Gem, to kind of get you guys your bearings. And he basically just describes Gem as this city carved out of the side of a mountain because it was a mine. Gem got its name because basically gemstones, all types, form here. So there's no gold and no silver and no copper in the mountains. So a lot of the buildings are made out of the same type of material, adobe, things like that, but they're tall. Everything here is magic, to the streetlights, to things that are floating, and it's amazing. And there's a lot of money here. And he says there's also a lot of crime here, human trafficking, slave ownership, the drug trade, the dream trade is very popular here.
What trade?
What?
And he's like, the dream trade. You can basically go into the dream den. You go to sleep. They give you any dream you want. It's for the rich folk. But you can't wake up until the dream is over. It's dangerous. People get robbed all the time. The dream trade. Because of living under a gem rock. And you see this huge city. that's almost carved out of the crescent moon of a mountain, like it's in the shape of a crescent moon. And the buildings are actually built all the way up into the crescent moon. And on top of that, there are pathways that lead up to the very top of the mountain, where it's actually so much elevation, the air is actually a little bit thinner. But just as many rich and well-dressed people that are walking the streets. You see downtrodden, the poor. The class in between the two is very poor and very rich. There does not seem to be much room for the in between here. And it just says, keep your wallets close and keep walking. And as you guys continue to walk, day is breaking. The day of the trial. And he's basically just says, your arena is here. You are prepared to fight for your life, yes? And he's
Always.
talking directly to Dana. You are arrested as can be.
Mm-hmm.
You will be given nothing more than what you have on your back. I need you to keep something in mind, because I'm sure my queen wants you to keep you around. This is not about winning the fight. Is it about winning the fights? This will be a battle of attrition for you, and I'm not sure how much rest you will be allotted in between. I had the personal pleasure of arranging this, so the arenas will shift between battles, and you will fight in many. One of which I hear is an old friend that you potentially buried underground, and broke him, and he is back for more. So I wish you the best of luck. This will probably be the last time I see you. My lady, there's a VIP booth for you and the rest of your friends. And part when you are ready, and I will escort you to the rest of the way.
Okay, Dana,
Mm-hmm.
you got this.
I know.
And then Cedar just hugs Dana. Like arms and wing hug too.
Mm-hmm.
Part of this family now. I don't like it when family dies, okay?
I've picked up on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck at
But
it,
yeah.
Lena.
He steps back to let the others.
You got this.
Can I give her like the poison sack we took from the bodies? Like, am I allowed to?
Don't know.
Am I allowed to?
Put it in her pocket.
There's no one around to stop you, but you're seeing this arena, and the crowds are ignoring you guys. You almost seem invisible to the crowds as the crowds are actually filling the arena. You see large sunshades actually begin to unfrill and unfold, causing like a shadow over the crowds. And it actually seems like almost like a 2-bit like arena. It seems very cheap and very grungy. And you kind of expected something a little bit more spectacular at first, especially given the visions of it in your mind's eye that you've seen in the past.
Dana's gonna just walk off into the arena.
But can I give you the psychic and necrotic poison things first?
Ah.
Nah. Okay. Okay. Kid has tried being nice.
That's what she gets. Rejected.
Think.
When Dana walks off, Cedar goes, good try, though. Good try. That was a good thought.
Well, Dana would have said no thank you, but thank you.
Okay. That's a little better.
The air seems quite thick and quite stressful, and as Dana begins kind of walking up, you are kind of recognized, and you kind of begin to kind of fill it with the rest of the crowd and fall in, but you're kind of whistled at and pulled off to the side, and escorted down a separate hallway through some descending steps. And the guards don't really say anything to you. They're just there to escort you. Do you follow along? Any
Oh, yeah.
resistance?
Nope.
Anything else you were trying to do?
Nope.
All right. You're going along with the flow. Cedar and party is escorted to kind of a VIP section of an arena, and as you are underground, you can kind of smell the rust and the iron and the blood that's just all over the walls here from people probably trying to escape and almost being ripped away and ripped apart where they're standing, where you're standing now. And you notice that it's actually a small lift and there are some lights shining through from natural sunlight and people just cheering and jeering and a crowd going wild, and you hear like a beast like roaring um, in the distance, and like the crowd cheering, and it sounds and smells like death just in this area. And the crowd kind of goes silent. And you hear a woman's voice that just says, "And what you are waiting for, the first of our main events of the day, we welcome Alana Beach Pride." And the crowd just cheers and cheers, and the lift that you're standing on actually begins to kind of lift up, and the gate almost magically then begins to open, and you're popped out of the arena, and your eyes take a second to adjust to the bright sun, as Gem on the top of the mountain is basically sun almost all day. The days last 18 to 19 hours of just pure sunlight. The only shade and stuff that you get on the top of this mountain is usually artificially cast by, stanchions and all sorts of other stuff. But you're kind of popped out right here, and I'll move the map here. And you actually see a couple of different things. You see 4 giant pillars that are probably maybe 15, 20 foot tall and 5 foot wide, so you can kind of use them to climb on. You notice that there are wall hangers for chains or ropes, or basically things to be either tied to or hung upon. And you actually get to see the facilitator of the arena for the first time. And she's a really strange looking woman, and you can't really place necessarily what she is. You, as someone who is familiar with Fae, gets a really Fae feeling from her. And then roll an Arcana for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Arcana probably.
Do I get advantage?
Yes.
Awesome.
So I'm going to jump off in a minute, guys. I've got work early tomorrow and I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm really sorry.
No worries. Don't be sorry at all.
24.
Get some good rest, okay?
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
rest.
And we'll be.
I'll stay for like another minute or so. But
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we'll probably be wrapping up here soon anyway, maybe 5 or 7 minutes or so. So, I mean, if you can hang out, you can. If not, definitely understandable. You're not going to miss too much.
Yeah, as long as I'm not gonna miss the fight or anything. Main thing.
No, we can't get
but
the
I'll-
fight in right now. No way we can get the fight in.
Yeah. Sorry to. I'm gonna jump off for now. I've been awake since like 5 o'clock this morning. I'm just exhausted.
Oh yeah, get some rest.
Get some rest.
Yeah. I'll see you guys during the week. To everyone still watching, good night, good day, wherever you are.
Night.
See you guys soon. Take care.
But who's
So
she?
you hear her voice echoing, and you just hear when she says Delana Beach, the whole thing, the whole crowd just erupts with cheering. And from across the arena, you see 2 wild creatures that are actually twisting into shape almost magically. And the arena is actually made up almost wholly of her magic. And you feel with that Arcana that you just rolled with Faye that you are inside of her and inside of her domain. And basically, have you experienced this before? Yeah, kind of. It's almost akin to the same type of thing and feeling you get from the towers from the Fae.
Okay.
Like the Fae Tarot towers, that it's artificially created. Um, but it feels and looks and tastes and smells completely real. And she just continues to announce, "Are you ready to face your sentencing, criminal?
Always have been, always will be.
You are free to use the arena how you please. Keep in mind, this is a fight to the death, and there will be many trials awaiting you. If you succeed, you win your freedom. But if you die,
I
you become
die.
a part of me forever." And she just kind of, when she says that, the crowd like cheers. Do you accept your fate that has been dealt to you?
Sounds about right.
Anything more to say to your adoring fans? And then they cheer again, and the crowd is going crazy before you lose your head.
Have good drink, have good food. Enjoy the show either way it goes.
And the snap of her fingers, the chains holding the beasts break. They begin running at you and taking their true form. And that's where we'll end the session for the evening.
And as they are getting into place, Dana will strike both of her forearms, activating both of her rights.
Sick.
Nice.
Quite exciting.
And
Yeah.
yeah, thank y'all for showing up.
Thank
And
y'all
we will see
so
y'all
much.
next time.